Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Francesca D'Amore, and let's queer up business. For 2025, these 11 companies dropped DEI programs to satisfy the far right. 2025 has not started any better than the end of 2024 for LGBTQ diversity. A growing trend sees companies scaling back diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI programs. Businesses like Amazon, Meta, Brown-Forman, McDonald's, Walmart, Molson Coors, Lowe's, Toyota, Harley-Davidson, Tractor Supply Company, and Ford are among such companies. Robbie Starbuck, a failed filmmaker and congressional candidate, is among the loudest critics. Starbuck opposes corporate pride sponsorships, support for transgender employees, and even climate action. He even claims toxic chemicals turn people queer. However, experts say Starbucks' far-right activism alone doesn't explain the trend. CNN reports that some companies' diversity commitments were already weak. Political factors also influence decisions. Many seek favor with President-elect Donald Trump, whose MAGA movement opposes diversity initiatives. The rollback raises concerns within queer communities who rely on corporate allies for support. Will this trend jeopardize progress? Only time will tell. This is it's such an interesting topic. I have been on the board of Safe Schools for quite a few years, and I saw all of this starting within our school system. And it started in 2021 with the Don't Say Gay, and then FIU. I was marching with the Panthers, Go Panthers, because they were moving DEI.
It's now illegal.
And I thought next,
FIU?
corporate America, in the state of Florida, DEI is not legal.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, our schools are setting a national trend. And that's where the trend started, and it continues. And it's very scary because, prides rely on sponsorships.
Right.
And, sponsorships will change. A lot of companies rely on that too. And as consumers, what can we do? Boycott certain places? Band together to do that?
Well, I was looking at the companies, those 11 companies, and I can tell you, I'm certainly not going to buy a tractor anytime soon, but, those companies that listed there that I have shopped at, there are big question marks now. And, some things it's hard to avoid, but other things it's not. I was really disappointed to see Brown-Forman on there because they have been a long time supporter of the LGBT events, at least here in South Florida. So,
but it does go to show you the kind of tenuous nature between, LGBTQ communities and in corporate, spaces, right? Like that is there's so much as long as they as long as you continue purchasing from, as long as it's, profitable, they will do this. And I think that's where we flex our economic muscle as a community. And that's whether it's boycott or you don't go there or you...
Not that we shop at Walmart that much anyway.
I'm not going to lie. I like a McDonald's.
That's what I said to Jeff. I saw that. I'm like,
God.
McDonald's.
But maybe I won't go to McDonald's.
No
maybe
more quarter pounders.
Right.
Taco Hell. Oh, no.
I think it's going to be hard for companies to continue to have the programs in the way that they were set up in the past. And again, part of it is, of course, because of MAGA and Donald Trump, but part of it is because of some of the court rulings that were showing that they were using it as there was disparaged treatment of people. Again, this is not my view. This is a court ruling about saying, that were they giving equal access to services and things for employees.
Right.
I know, again, I don't like to quote anything about my own company working here, but dealing with My Hollywood Pride, of course, we have certainly felt the impacts of sponsors pulling out who are no longer able to sponsor Pride events.
Right.
And it's unfortunate, and I think it also just creates, what I think I'm most worried about is, I think there will be some companies that will handle this the right way, and that, getting rid of this, I love the HRC and all they do with this, but it's now there's like a big like shining star on your
they're
company.
They're
So it's like
targets.
it might be easier to drop them. You know, this is I'm imagining what's happening, especially on the bigger companies. And Robbie Starbuck is I watch CNBC all day because I'm a financial advisor. He has been frequent guests talking about this. So you know he's just he's good rotation. So you know he has a platform. He's on Fox News, of course, but he's also on CNBC now. So now he's getting a lot of more mainstream traction, and I think that that's going to be something that we have to also be aware of, and we have to kind of fight that. Is the company, they still have policies that actually support our community? If you're in the LGBT community, you're not married, are they still going to provide partner benefits? We have to look at the actual policies of the company, whether they've done a questionnaire for the HRC. We have to look at what the policies are. I think that's more important.
Absolutely, and we really, and fortunately, some of us are old, and we can look at things from a broader perspective a little bit because we've been activists since we were young. I'm only talking about myself. No, none of you guys are old. But 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Just like with everything else, and I just keep saying that to myself as this is going on. For instance, this morning when I logged into LinkedIn, a recruiter from Capital One said, "Hey, are you working for a company that went back on their DEI promise? Come to
Wow.
us."
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
there's
Yeah.
going to be companies
So,
that compete on that.
just like when we dropped all of the LGBTQ information from our Visit Florida website,
Right.
Yeah, people are going
and all of a
elsewhere.
sudden Illinois and these other states were going, "Hey, come over here. We
Here
want
to be
you."
gay.
Right, exactly.
So 2 steps forward,
That's a good point.
maybe a half a step back. Let's
Yeah.
And these things are nuanced, like you said.
Yes.
That is, and it's not. But it is true to keep an eye, right, and just make
Yeah.
sure that where you're supporting folks that are supporting you.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of this, though, is because of the incoming president.
Sure it is.
And they don't want to be targets of his, so anyway.
right.
And it's interesting you brought up HRC. There are companies that are not even being involved with the HRC.
No, they don't even
They
answer the
don't
question.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
want to. They don't want that
This might be a
target on
smart
them.
move strategically because
Right.
it's there's it's
To just not
They
complicated.
get
answer it at
targets
all.
on their
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, keep an eye out. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.